Hello, people live and on we're just going to say replay. It doesn't feel right calling it a replay, but it is a replay because it's live. So, so it's happened again, right? I like the video when I come on and it says 2 likes. This happened throughout recording. How's that even possible when there's nobody here yet? But that happened when I was recording it unlisted. So is that a twin flame thing, or is that the fuckery that is this land, this virtual YT land? Right, so I've just pulled a couple of cards. Hello, Charlotte. Charlotte, that's funny because I always get a sense of who is going to join first, and I did feel you were coming. So your higher self heard the call, or did you get the notification? Was it a bit of both? Right, so yeah, I'm coming on a bit earlier tonight because I'm just like, it's Friday, it's the weekend, and yeah, I'm just like, I was up early. I've taken my my wee niece to playgroup on a Friday, so it's a bit of a shock to the system, you know, being up that early when I don't really need to do that. And although I do get up fairly early. Well, it depends. But I'm tired anyway. So, and it's Mercury Direct day, so it's exciting, lots of exciting energy. Aries moon is exciting anyway. I love Aries moon, so that's why I'm absolutely here. Obviously it's only going to be for people live that this applies to. So yeah, if anybody does want, in fact, I'll just do it now. If anybody does want a personal reading, the donations, I'll just put that in the link right now. And while I'm here, if somebody wants that, then I can do it, if this is going to fit. Yes, it is. So like I say, if you just want a wee quick, it's not going to be a card, it would be at least a couple of cards or more on me, then, you know, just hit the button once, it's a $5, and then whatever that is in dollars or whatever else. And then if you want a more substantial, as in quite a few cards, because I can pull a lot of cards in 5 minutes, then yeah, anything above a tenner. And like I say, but as you've seen, when I do that whole divine feminine, divine masculine, if that is what somebody wants, it somebody's been doing that for like 45 minutes or an hour, 20 minutes. So I'm going to try and not do that, but I'm just going with the flow. But in Aries moon, I have a lot of energy because I am Aries with Venus and Aries in the house of Leo. So it's a lot of fire. So in the fire moons, if I feel guided to, like, I don't mind doing the personal messages on here. So if anybody wants that, if nobody does, then I'll just do the collective, because as you know, that could really resonate for you guys as well. It's just if somebody needed a wee bit more specific stuff. What else was I going to say? Have I pinned that yet? Yes, I just pinned it, didn't I? Right, okay, so I've done that bit. Did that ask you how you were, Charlotte? Sometimes I do that and then I don't kind of, do I need this for anything else now? I don't, do I? Right, okay, so I can put this down. Right. If I start to get really too hot, it's because I've got my wee heater on and it's freezing here. It was honestly, it's so magical, right? I was recording someone's reading earlier and it was just like, wow, like the spirit world were just, it was amazing. I've actually nearly cried twice at people's readings today, but basically it was all weathers, like weathers. It was basically went from snowing, like it was like flash flood of snow. Then I was like, I feel a rainbow, and then I pulled a card with a rainbow in it, and then there was an amazing rainbow. There was rain, there was a sun. It was like all weathers. And I mean that, you know, shamans, like, you know, it's not like I'm doing a rain dance, but the weather often does, yeah, when I'm doing stuff like that, it's quite interesting, the weather. But it was very connected to the reading that I was doing. And yeah, it was just magical. All of the ones that I've done today have just been amazing. So, and that they were recorded ones, you know what I mean? Because most of the time it's live stuff that I'm doing, but I love that because basically I'm just talking to myself for like 30, 45 minutes, you know what I mean? It's a different experience. Well, the spirit loved ones and the guides and all that jazz as well, but yeah, but no, basically there's a real shift in energy. Like, I mean, I'm actually knowing that there's a shift in energy from people sharing things with me, but I feel, wow, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to read what you're saying in a minute, Charlotte. But last night, Pisces moon, whoa. Was anyone feeling that? Like, I feel the collective energy very strong all the time. I feel the twin flame collective energy times a million. And a bit like I've been feeling the back pain of the collective divine masculine energy or newly awakened, I was feeling the pain of them too, I feel, or just anyone out there in the world yesterday. It was really, but again, that's what Pisces moon is. It is the 12th house is the collective energy. And because my Pluto's there in 0 degrees Scorpio, Pluto rules Scorpio. I'm saying this for people that don't know this, I say it all the time. And Scorpio's pain, Pluto rules Scorpio, 0 degrees Scorpio. It's a painful placement to have, right? That's why I go on about it all the time. I've got that placement. I've never actually met anybody else that has the same degree in the same place. It's hard, right? Boo-hoo, get the violence out. But I'm not saying it from a victim mode, because I'm saying it from, it makes me who I am and it helps me help people with difficult situations. But yesterday, wow, the energy was really, really heavy. So I even had a wee bit of a cry to myself, and I thought, fuck going on that YouTube. That would not be kind to myself. So I didn't do it. But after I had a wee bit of a cry for Tim, it was gone. And I knew I was clearing energy for myself, but for, you know, quite a few people. So yeah, I was just checking to see how anybody else was doing. But no, I feel great today. So that's how quickly it can shift. But also, you see, because it was still Mercury, the last of Mercury retrograde there, that can really kind of play with your energy. And now that it's going direct, that's why you can feel that big lift. But I mean, yeah, it's quite interesting. But that's why there's a card in that deck that's like, you know, release, and it's like, have a good cry, like let it out. You know what I mean? Like, you have a good cry, you're like, oh my God, I feel fucking amazing today. But yeah, I'm just sharing in case anybody else needed, you know, a bit of just to know that in case you felt like that. So anyway, notification, save me from scrolling TikTok. Yeah, I've not actually been on TikTok in about 6 months or something. It might even be longer. Yeah, just totally. I went through a bit of a phase of like, who was that? Was that you, Charlotte, or someone? I went through a bit of a phase, and then I just I was like, nah, I don't like it. Right, thank you, Charlotte. Right, I shall do a bit of the collective, and then, unless are you in a hurry? Will I do yours first? Thank you for that. When you said the other day, expect unexpected, Wednesday's youngest woke up feeling poorly, so I had both home, both going back Monday. Oh no, sorry to hear that. Are they feeling better now? Or whoever wasn't feeling well? Okay, I'm okay resting. Good. I'm glad you're resting. Yeah, that's why I feel that's why that sort of crept up on me, because I was really sleepy, and I was like, God, why am I so sleepy? Like, because like I've really been given not time off, but I've been given extra time here and there. And I feel it is because it really is fuck it, let's go. Like, well, not even next week, like tonight I need to get off in about 50 minutes to speak to a client, and then yeah, and then I'm speaking to other people as well, and it's and then next week I just feel like it's going to be crazy, like good crazy. But yeah, just exciting energy. It's like a massive shift from last night anyway. But that's where I was too. I was just like, I just need to not do a lot and just sort of rest. And like I say, that's why it's like I'm hoping, yeah, got a couple of people to speak to tonight, and I just want to wrap it all up. Like I didn't, because I thought if I come on here at 9, I could easily be sitting here till like midnight, and it is fun, but I'm quite, do you know what I mean? Because I got up at like 8 or something, I'm like, fuck that. So, right, anyway, they're fine, just trying to figure out managing through the rules. Right, yes. Those rules. Right, okay, so sending love, if you would like it. Right, so these are the cards that I pulled before I came on, and they're both very Aries energy. So I'll do your message after I get this out, Charlotte. birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And of course, that's why I'm making the effort to be on here as much as what I can, because I'm absolutely a new earth teacher and I'm here to help birth that new age into being. And it's, you know, it's not some kind of like we're going to wake up one day and we're in the new earth. The new earth is basically like-minded souls coming together to create a better place, you know. And I think, well, everybody that gathers here, I think and I feel most people would agree. Most people that talk on the chat anyway, but you don't need to talk on the chat to be one of those people. I know there's people that just like to watch and not join in. But, you know, people will come from different places and that's fine. You know, everybody's got their own opinions and own beliefs and stuff. But I feel a lot of people that I'm going to attract, like I say, not all, but most, or most that hang around anyway, it is going to be that kind of probably not wanting to live in the same sort of world that I'm not wanting to live in. You know what I'm saying? Like the control, the tyranny, the rules that don't make any sense, the, you know, the passive bullying, all that kind of shit that goes on. It's like, Charlotte, do you want to be knighted? Do you want to be a spanner person? The time has come. I will deal with this first though. Wait a minute. Time, it's like, why don't they just have, so yeah, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, what was I saying? Yeah, basically the people that don't want to go along with the insanity, you know, and it might not be that you can do it as like out there is what I do, because I'm well aware, like I say, I know lots of people that agree with me, but they can't as strongly either talk about it in public, which I totally understand. It's not everybody's, you know, path to do that. I'm not exactly too comfortable with it either. Spanner me up, good, right. There we go. Yay. But it's kind of like, yeah, basically, the reason why I'm saying that is because the other card is forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had, right? And I actually pulled that for someone in the reading earlier, but it doesn't feel right calling it a reading because it's like healing, light code activations, everything flying in. But yeah, reading, it's just easier just to call it that. But basically, yeah, it's about like, I don't want to be somebody that's just following everybody else for the sake of it, even though it doesn't agree with my heart, doesn't agree with my head. Like I like to weigh up information and also like tune in with my intuition. If it doesn't feel right to me, if my guides are like, no, red alert, red alert, red alert, I'll listen for me, I'll listen for other people. Where it's appropriate, I'll give other people a heads up. Although I must admit, like, not everybody fucking listens. Like, that's why it's like, you know, you got to let people live out their own lives, because there's a lot of things that have happened in my life that I've saw it coming a long way off, sometimes years in advance, 10 years in advance, for myself, for other people, good, bad, and different. But, and you know, I'll always people be like, why didn't you tell me? And it wouldn't happen this way. It doesn't work like that, because if I had went into detail about what I felt, then it's like, people wouldn't listen. Most people wouldn't listen. Depending on what it was, and B, it's like, yeah, no, I think that really covers it. It's kind of like, you know, you do, there's some things you do need to let play out, like karma needs to let play out. But it's like, you know, I've said before, it's very difficult to be it's very difficult to be like that, you know, to see like, oh my god, like I can see how this is going to go and it's not going to be good, like for myself or for other people. But yeah, but basically, the same with this, like with what I'm saying, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Like Aries is about leadership, it's about being brave, it's about new beginnings, and this is birthing a new age, and forge, don't follow. I mean, this is what your soul came here to do. If you're hanging around here, if you're listening to the messages that I'm channeling, as weird and wonderful as they get sometimes, you're one of those people too. Like you are here to create a new way of being, and you're here to be like, this isn't right, you know what I mean? And it takes major guts. I was about to say balls, but it doesn't ever feel right when I say lady balls. It takes major fire to takes being a bit of a rebel, but a rebel with a cause, you know, like a loving leader, a rebel with a cause. And that's something I always have to tirelessly, well, I don't need to tirelessly, but I'm always preaching that, you know what I mean? It's like, especially if you're someone like myself, that it doesn't, in one way, it does come naturally to speak out about what's not right. And another way, it really doesn't. Like, you know, there's been many situations in my life where I actually can get very overwhelmed and quite upset and like cry on the spot when I feel like very overwhelmed, that have a bit of a panic attack about how much I have to speak up for myself, but for other people as well. And it's like, you know, there can be even a lot of anxiety with that too. So it's not easy. It's not like people that speak out about things that are wrong and that are happening in the world, or, you know, to other people or to themselves. It's not like people find it easy. Like, I certainly don't find it easy, but I have to do it because it's my calling. Like, that's why I always say it's like when people do readings for me, it happened today actually. I always get the Joan of Arc card, no matter what deck it's from. I always get Joan of Arc because I carry that energy, and that's, you know, Joan of Arc is prepared to die for the truth, and I am. You know, it's a bit fucking extreme, but it's like I would rather lose people in my life, like, you know, like not have them in my life because they don't agree with it, than like not speak, live my truth. Like, you know what I mean? Aries is like honesty. It's like, it's courage, it's bravery, it's all of these things, but it's, to me, it's freedom, it's yeah, it's truth, it's freedom to speak your truth. And that's what fucks me off even about this. Like, there's a dislike button, but you can't see if nobody has disliked, obviously there's not many people here right now, but it's like, you know, I don't like that. It's censoring, and it's censoring the truth is wrong. Anyway, well, I needed to come out. Right, so I've got a jumper on with Rebel on it. Oh, I love it. I light the way for others. Exactly. We all light the way for others. I'm lighting the way for others right now by doing this. And every time I come on here, you're lighting the way for others by doing what you do. Everybody is lighting the way by standing in their truth. You know what I mean? And that's why I mean, like, not people don't need to be exactly the same as me or have exactly the same views, but just make sure that you are standing in your truth. Like, are you standing in? I said that to somebody recently and they didn't like it, but it's kind of like, you know, when people sort of come at me with the whole science thing, you know, like reminding me of science and all that, it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to get into all of that actually. I can't believe it's fucking stressful. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's really, it's condescending, and it's kind of like, you know, making out like somebody's stupid or something, like they haven't done their research either way. And it's kind of like, you know, but most of the time what I feel is people that don't decide to do certain things have done a lot of research and they know, or they just feel it intuitively, and that's even enough for me. But I've done both intuitively, asked my guides, done my research, you know, long before any of this pish, like 10-15 years worth of it. And it's like, nah. And if other people's research is watching the BBC News or the news and looking at some data that's out that day that's totally manipulated to suit the agenda, that's not science. And the New Earth is really values things like what I'm doing right now, shamanic healing, spiritual healing, you know, anything to do with energy healing, all of that. And you're going to see all the sort of old modalities like psychology. Sorry, Charlotte, I know I love psychology too, and obviously I love counselling, but all these sort of things, they're not going to be as highly valued as what they have been in the what I more mean by that is, I mean like how science and medicine is put on this big massive pedestal, but you kind of know that, like, this is so weird, I'm just going with where all this is coming from, but it's kind of like, I for one know, right, as a shaman, that I'm not kidding you, right, in the past couple of years since I've had those free shamanic journeys, like the ones that everyone can watch on my playlist, right, off the top of my head, there's about 10 people, right? Something like that. It might be 9, but it's like I count, I think it was about 10 people that were on antidepressants, right? And had been on for like, I think 3 of them had been on them for about 10 years, something like that, right? Had been keeping them in a state of constant kind of numbness, depression, you know, the intuitive gifts and stuff weren't going very far and all this kind of, and some people were working with me and I was kind of like, you know, the healing goes in at the level that you're ready to receive it, but basically when people sort of come off these things, all this amazing stuff happens in their life, and it's because they were blocking it, basically. And it's quite interesting, some of these things are called whatever blockers. Do you know what I mean? Because they fucking are. Like, think about I just thought about that, actually. Beta blockers, is that not, that just came with me anyway. So what I'm saying is, that's not a coincidence. If you go and look up what a shaman does, because of where my Pluto is in the 12th house, the 12th house is mystical, magical, shamanic healing, spiritual healing. It's also mental health. So it's where a lot of people will get diagnosed with certain labels, which are just labels. You know, they are disorders and whatever, all these different things are real. But the way in which a lot of these things get treated are wrong. And if they were treated on a shamanic level and on an energetic level, people wouldn't need these. They keep people depressed. They keep them. I'm going to be honest. They actually can get some people suicidal. And yeah, I could say more about that, but basically, it's just, trust me, it's true. And it's not as if people are going to come in the chat and share that shit, are they? But I'm telling the truth, right? We're in an Aries moon. I'm an Aries at the strongest degrees with Venus and Aries. I'm very passionate about you. Venus is your values. I've got Venus and Aries. Like, I'm very passionate about this, and I'm feel spirit are making me say this, because it's like, if you're someone like that is on relying on things like that, if you find that they genuinely help you in your time of need, because they do, you know, let's face it, if someone's completely in shock, what I've found, like, you know, if someone dies suddenly or whatever, or a traumatic event, they do help people. They help people in that time. But a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, once said when they were offered that, like, what's the point? It's only going to numb the pain, and when I come off them, I'm going to feel it, so I may as well deal with it now. And that's very much how I would be. But again, it's not the right way to be, but that is probably how I would be as well. God forbid something, you know, drastic happened in my life like that. We'll see, you know, but it's kind of like, but for prolonged periods of times like that, it's not right. And it's certainly, you know, even when I've done certain different sort of studying and courses elsewhere and stuff, when I've been around different sorts of people and I've met them, and, you know, they've shared that they're on antidepressants and stuff, it's not a coincidence that within a short space of time of being friends with me, they're chucking them away. Like, I literally had a few friends that said that they noticed. It's like, since you've been in my life, I've had people's asthma clearing up right away, thrown away antidepressants, just general all-round well-being. And it's because of it's my energy changes people's energy. So that's why I always say, it's like, you know, you got to be careful with that, because I love that I can heal people like that easily. But some people have taken advantage of that in my life, you know, and sometimes it's even taken me ages to spot it as well. So, but like I always say, you've got to keep it in balance anyway. I don't know why I fucking go down that route, but for trusting it. But to get back to what I'm saying about the antidepressant stuff, like that obviously needed to come out there, that, you know, please monitor that if you're not feeling so good and all that, and you've been on these things for years, you've got to question that. Why are you still feeling crap if that thing's meant to be helping you? Because some people, it took a bit to connect it, because it was just like someone, I remember one person I'm being shown was like, yeah, it's really weird, like, I've been listening to your journeys and I was just really guided to like throw away my antidepressants. I was like, when did you start going out for a run? And they were like, oh, actually it was, yeah, kind of like right after I listened to that. And then all this stuff happened, amazing stuff happened, got a new job, you know, just better relationship, all this amazing stuff. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then another woman had been on them for like 10 years, and she'd listened to the journey, and then her gifts came on stronger. Then another woman, again, started following the spiritual path and doing all this different stuff. So I could go on and on and on. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but somebody obviously needs to hear it. So now that it's out there. Right, so yes, I keep reminding myself I have to advocate for me and my kids, even if it's uncomfortable. Exactly. Agreed. Had my IUD taken out and it's been blocking my sacral. Yes, things like this. Yeah, because I had that fucking thing taken out my arm, and it's like, my periods have been a nightmare. But do you mean it's, sorry, TMI, but it's out there now. Again, Aries moon. Imagine if I was Aries moon. I'd be even more honest than what I already am. That would be hilarious. But yeah, basically, I feel great since that's it, because I had that like in my arm, like, oh my god, like probably like 12 years. No, would that be right? No, I think it is. For like 12 years solid, I'd have it in for 3 years, taken out, right back in, out, right back in. And I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? Celibate anyway. What's well, I'm not joking. But do you know what? At some point it's going to be an issue. But again, just be careful. But like it's kind of like anyway, we're going off topic. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like that was really affecting my energy. And this is what I feel we're all awakening to stuff like that. Okay. Listen, zero fucks. Do you know what I mean? Worrying what I'm going to say in an Aries moon, but never mind. Right. So Charlotte, I'm going to pull one more for the collective and then I'll get back to the collective, but we'll do your message. Oh! Yeah, look, fucking expect unexpected with what comes out of Claire's mouth. Spirit through me. Figure shit out on your own, right? But I kind of, that's not very nice. I think that's about you deciding for yourself, you using your own mind, your own heart, your own intuition. Something doesn't feel right. Whether it's about what I was saying about antidepressants, all these kind of different things, or diagnoses, things that you're diagnosed with, that you're labeled with, and that's that. You know, it's not, I'm not saying it's wrong. Like say, I've got an ADHD diagnosis and I think it's pretty fucking spot on by the time I float off somewhere and I'm like, what was I saying? But again, it's also spot on being a shaman. My energy goes so high in the quantum realms that I'm like, I get so excited I have to bring myself back down. It's like they both make sense to me. They both make sense. Both are equally valid. But if you kind of fall into one too much, it's not balanced. Do you know what I mean? And again, I believe in, it annoys me when I've met people that don't believe in dyslexia because I'm like, all right, you want to come and fucking see my house? I'm better though. Granted, I'm better. I got hypnotherapy to help me with stuff like that. And it's taken, I'm going to say it's taken actually a year for that to fully take effect because hypnotherapy, I'm a hypnotherapist, right? But your subconscious mind, the blocks to your subconscious mind, there's no, you can't sort of measure that. Some people will take to the suggestions like that. Like some people I work with, it's fast as fuck. It's like, wow. But again, I do feel that's because the light codes too. So that's what we say. It's a mixture. It's like hypnotherapy is powerful, but whatever the hell they're doing for me, it's like, whoa. But it doesn't quite work like that for myself. Like I say, I've been solidly working through my subconscious blocks for years now, and definitely solidly for the past year, I focused on where I knew I was really blocked, and got to get help, where you can't do that for yourself. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. The point is like, make sure that you are following your own North Star and you're not like being a robot, you know what I mean? Because like that's, yeah, just don't do it. Yeah, figure shit out on your own for you. So, oh look, see, wake up, you're missing some cool shit. Do you get what that's all about? Wake up. I don't like saying wake up in this day and age, right? Because a lot of people can say it and it comes across with too much like defensive energy or even quite angry energy. And Aries is anger, so I don't want people to pick me up wrong here, but it's like, yeah, wake up. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, but some people aren't meant to wake up. Honestly, like, people might have a different opinion. Some people are not meant to wake up to this, but you are. If you're watching this, you're meant to wake up. You're absolutely meant to. And I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to fucking wake you up. You know what I'm saying? In a loving way. I don't like mornings either, but we still got to get up, guys. You know what I mean? We got to get up and live our lives. Some days you're like, nah, fuck that. Pull the covers over your head and it's a bad day. But then you get up the next day. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I think Spirit's made me say that about people that are in prolonged periods of darkness. I would be interested if you are on these things that suppress stuff, because yeah. And anyway, that's for personal sessions. Stop sleeping so damn much. That was Pisces moon though. Right, anything else before I go to Charlotte's? You're loved. You're here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. You're loved. And that's interesting because I got led to something that said that today when I was out. You're loved. And it's sort of like it hit, it felt like a wee message from Spirit from me when I needed it. So I'm passing it on to you as well. Right, anyway, let's do Charlotte's message. So Charlotte, do you want me to do the divine your divine feminine, your divine masculine, but then we'll also shuffle the wee hidden truth cards? I just love these cards because it's like they make so much sense when you're shuffling them for people that are apart from their twin flame. It makes sense when I'm shuffling for someone that doesn't know who their twin flame is, and it also makes sense for twin flames that are together. Yeah, I just love it. And it's because it's spirit, it's not me. I want to be more than friends. I left when I saw you with someone. I don't know whose story that is, but we're not. You're the best thing in my life. That was sorry, I have to say it in that voice. It's like it's the Bryan Adams song, man. You're the best thing in my life. Right, anyway, as guided, yes, please, to the hidden truth. Yeah, I know you like them. Are we going to get your Charlotte? Your card is absolutely one that's like, I'm not available. I just always one of these times it's going to be like, I'm coming to get you. There isn't one that says that. Basically, yeah, I just always see that bit in Inside Out when the guy's like, I'd die for you. Oh, what was her name again? Oh, fuck, we forgot her name again. Don't you go Googling, that's cheating. What's her name? Bethany. It's not Bethany. It's not it is a B. No, it's not. It's an R. It's oh my god, shit, it's happening again. Shit. It's like on the tip of my tongue. But see, this means something. I'm channeling. It's on the tip of my tongue. So somebody's on the tip of their it's like they're nearly gonna say it because it's Mercury Direct, and they're like, they can't fucking get the words out, so they don't say it. Right. Right. What are we going to use? We're going to use these. Riley, yeah. Did you Google? Did you cheat? Be honest. Riley, I'd die for you. I'd die for you, Riley. That's what that card was. It's like I've got my own language with each of those cards. Like, I don't know how I always make, I wish I could share my good news with you that someone's got someone knocked up. I mean, that could be anything. They could have had a promotion. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's just, it's the first, because you always think pregnancy, when someone's like, oh, I've got good news, you're like, yeah, someone's pregnant. But in that deck, it's like probably not the best. Right. Gotta have a sense of humor with this shit, guys. Right, so life in general, but definitely the twin flame journey. Right, so the subconscious mind. What's going on with Charlotte? Divine feminine energy on the subconscious mind. Oh, you just remembered. I'm impressed. Right. Oh my God. Fucks with this energy, by the way. So soulmate relationship, new romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now, right? But what I feel this is, right, in the dream time, in the subconscious mind, your divine feminine energy is living this out. Like, you know, your energy with your twin flame, although you're not physically with them, it's like you're merged, you know, spiritually, like you feel them all around you. They feel you, you're intertwined. And it's just interesting because that's like not even the love deck. It's like just that love card in that. And I feel soulmate relationship in that deck. I feel that's twin flame relationship. All the ones that say soulmate, basically, I just change it to twin flame because it's like that's what that is. Spiritual romance, you know. It's like so it's like that's where you are in that dream time, that, and again, because of you being a shaman as well, it's very much like that kind of, it's almost more real than the 3D, you know what I'm saying? I know you're going to get what I'm saying. Right, divine masculine, your divine masculine energy within you, but this can also be, well, we know this, explaining it for people that are maybe getting something from your message, well, will be getting something from your message on replay though. You may be divine feminine in this connection and the other person is divine masculine, or you could resonate more with divine masculine and the divine feminine, or like you say, because you're merged, it both makes sense. Divine masculine, playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestation. So what this means for you is your energies are beautifully balanced right now. Your feminine receiving energies, you're slowing down, and you even said you were resting, and you're taking aligned action. So it's not a fuck yes to everything. It's a fuck yes when it's a fuck yes. And when it's a fuck no, it's a fuck no. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like fuck yes energy is right now, like Aries moon. last night was, fuck no, I'm going to my bed. You know what I'm saying? So the signs move like that. It's like the seasons move like that. It's, you've got a very feminine sign next to a masculine sign, and it goes like that. It's like you've got seasons where we go fast and then seasons where we go slow, and this is what you're in balance of this. And but what it says to me is, in your action space, it's like, you know how much having fun and like not only attracts aligned things in your life that you want to happen, like miracles and manifesting what you want to come about, but that is the key. Like when you're having fun, like I always say to the girls in my group, like a good affirmation is like, I get paid to play. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're having fun, that's when you're living out your calling. But again, it's funny because those people that I've got, like myself, like not all of it is fun, because some of it's pretty heavy and dark, actually, like with what I just channeled at the start there. But it's still really fulfilling. Like I really enjoy helping people out of difficult situations, like sometimes life threatening. I'm not even going to lie, with some people it's what I'm here to do, but I've ran away from that at times as well. So I feel that's heavy again, but I feel, because I know you've got a couple of your, I know you've got a placement in the 12th house there as well. It's like, I feel it's the same with you. Okay, it might not be as heavy, Charlotte, but I do feel like this is spirit coming in with this again, that it's like there's certain things that you help people out of, like really being a stuck place in their mind, like like you thrive out of that too, like remembering your dark times and helping somebody else out of their dark time, basically. Right, I feel I want to swap cards now though. Right, what do we need to know about Charlotte's divine feminine energy? And there's a lot of healing coming into your heart right now. I keep pulling heart chakra as well when I've been tuning in for the Twin Flame Collective. Right, soul oh, I love it. And that's, look, you're on with your soul family. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So in your conscious mind and your divine feminine energy, it's like, you don't have to do it alone. And you're really pulling in your soul family. So hopefully you see that as being here right now, because you're on here quite a lot. You feel, you know what I mean? It's like you just happen to be free whenever I come on, and that's not going to be all the time because you'll be busy at different times. But it's kind of, and then you catch the replay, like you are part of the soul family, because it's like you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you're part of being here, but this isn't just being here. This is like when you said about the accountability with those three women the other day. That was funny when I was watching that back, and it was like the three cups and it, because of that card is like celebration or something, but and because it actually says about three women having a cup, so that was totally cool. And I bet you'll speak to other people in different ways, but it's about, because your energy is so balanced here right now, like you can't help but attract the right people into your life. And what this means is, at some point when it is the right time, and that will be your twin flame, because you're putting in the work, you're doing the work. I feel at home here. Oh, and you're a spanner person. And that, but you see, I love that. I love that you feel at home here, because there'll be other people that feel exactly the same as you, and they're watching it on the replay, or they're even watching it live, and they'll feel the same, but they can't say it. And I know this because I've been that person on YouTube watching somebody sing, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to join in, but it's like, I can't. And that's why I feel I have been like that for over a decade on this platform, so that I understood when people feel like that. Because it's funny, like I'm not, obviously not like that because I'm sitting on here and I've done this for years, like maybe not with the amount of the kind of content that I'm putting out there, especially if you see the lot that I'm about to release later on tonight or tomorrow, if I don't get around to it tonight. But it's kind of like, we go through things to be able to empathize. And I feel with me talking about me there with that, it's spirit just acknowledging that, I've already said this in people's readings today, but it's about like, all your life experiences are there to help the people that you're here to help. And I think as the days go on, you realize that more and more. I feel this is what always comes through for you when I'm channeling, but it's like, if you haven't already started pivoting with some things, I can see you pivot, like Friends, if nobody's seen that with Ross. But it's kind of like, I can see you sort of pivoting in a very specific niche direction at some point, because it'll be undeniable, and that might already been happening. But like it'll be, and I'm actually being shown, but I mean, I think I've said it to you before, but it's like yeah, you'll just start getting like everybody that comes to you will have the same problem. It's a bit like what I've just said about noticing that at that time in my life, it was everybody was saying to me, well, loads of people were saying like, oh my God, after I listen to your journey, like I just feel I've got all this energy. And I'm just like, you know, it's like they have a third eye awakening to what's actually been blocking them, whether that be antidepressants or actual people in their life. Do you know what I mean? It's like that Pluto in the 12th house illusion as well. I help unveil it for people, whether, and I don't even, you know what I mean? It's my energy. And that's why a lot of people don't even book, because they can't handle what's about to come their way, because it can be a bit rocky at first. You know, some people are living better the devil you know, but devil being the key word, and it's comfortable, but it's you know, each to their own. Right, anyway, divine masculine in the conscious mind, cracked open. I think that happened at the right time. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. But what I feel this is it's like, that's very interesting, by the way, when we think about this for reading for your twin flame, it's like your twin flame could be at rock bottom right now, because I hope it's not you. But if you are feeling kind of like, oh God, what the fucking hell is going on here? Or like changes going on, like just trust that that is happening right now, or there's, you know, exhaustion, or, you know, being tired, because it's just spirit trying to get you to slow down a little bit, because we've got something in store. And I feel that's very connected to why I said that at the start, that I was sitting crying last night. It wasn't like boo-hoo, fuck my life. It was kind of like, you know, yeah, I just needed to release some energy. And then I felt great as soon as I stopped crying, actually. And then I felt brilliant today. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I just feel like if you haven't had a bit of that recently, like, yeah, I just feel that you were quite tired, but this could be your person having that moment as well. Your person. Well, it is that, isn't it? Right. In the spiritual, yes, I feel like I'm coming into my life's work around connecting them to their soul voice. Yes. Right. And because that's been the journey for you, do you know what I mean? To find your voice, it makes sense. And it's exactly the same for me. I've had to, you know, although I started, you know, although I'm future trends with live streaming and that, I was quite fast on the live stream and everything. It's because of my Uranus and my Aquarius placements is like future thinking internet. I've had to step in to be more comfortable about speaking about certain topics, twin flames being one of them. And you're the same with your throat chakra. I mean, it's like, but once you're on a roll with that, you can empower other people. Right. It's like my specific purpose is to take people's inner child to their empowered inner child. Disempowered inner child to empowered inner child. You know what I mean? Right. So in the spiritual and your divine feminine, Gaia gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. But I love this. This is what has been coming through. It's like, you know, you're really being still and being like the high priestess and tuning in and like really taking in what your journey has entailed, wisdom transmission, and then bringing it to earth, like to help other people that are going through the same, like showing them that I said this in someone else's reading today, but it's true, like it must just be in the air, like showing other people that it's possible to get through dark times. Right. In the divine masculine, we've got, oh my God, I've not seen that card before. And that's so funny, because when I was out today, I was seeing lots of bees, like just loads of bee things, like bee ornaments and that. And this has got a big bee on it. I think there's a beetle. Abundance downloads, the central sun, regeneration, success. And that's bloody brilliant, because that's in the spiritual. And as we know, if you're manifesting that in the spiritual energetic realms, it's only a matter of time before that manifests in the physical. And if your money's already ticking over quite nicely, expect more of it, because this is in the masculine energy. So let's see what comes up in the physical. Right. God, the time's flying on here, isn't it? Right. So if I don't think anybody else is really on right now, I think Charlotte, it's just been me and you the whole time. But yeah, I'm here for another sort of 20 minutes-ish, but I'll probably just do a collective message if nobody else is wanting one. But if you want a reading while you're here, then the link is at the top. Otherwise, it'll be when I next come on, which will be Leo moon. That's my favorite. Oh, that's the Leo full moon. So that's the 16th of February. So I'd imagine I'll probably be doing something Valentine's Day around then. But I mean, really, it's Valentine's every day around here because I'm always reading about love. So do you know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? But do you know what? I'll get the love heart shaped cards because it's like they're all scattered all over the place. So today's affirmation is love opens all doors. I let love flow through me lavishly, abundantly, and generously. Good to hear about finances manifesting. It's been tough lately, and that might have been what I was saying there about, like, so you might not have been crying about anything, but it's just kind of, it's, you know what I mean, it's shit when it's like that. And again, I hate being one of those people that talks about January being like that, but January was like that for me. Do you know what I mean? So I'm glad January's gone, but it's kind of like, because I took a lot of time off, it did, you know, affect me that way. But it's kind of like, we don't need to fall into that being our reality. But yeah, no, that's really good that it's there, because it's like, if it was in the feminine side, I'd be like, oh, you're still in the creative bit of it. But because that's in the spiritual, there it is. And I've never seen that card, so it feels exciting, and it lines up with other readings I've done today. Like, it's success just coming out left, right, and center. And people that, you know, it's like that whole, you know what I mean, that whole kind of the other energy thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So right, in the physical, your divine feminine, we've got divine mother. That's lovely. 37. Oh, we are 37. So again, it's like you're meant to be in that nurturing, compassionate state of grace right now. You're meant to be surrendering to the divine mother and caring for yourself. And it sounds like you are doing that, allowing yourself to be held by the divine mother is what's coming out. That's where you're meant to be right now in the physical, especially because it's a weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like, my soul jumps for joy. I mean, I love my work. Again, I don't think I need to state that anymore. People, it's quite obvious. I love what I'm doing. But I also love when it gets to Friday. I mean, a lot, like, again, I couldn't be any more grateful. Seriously, I can't stress it enough, because I've had jobs that I really don't love. And even when I have had jobs that I love, like nurseries and stuff like that, they've been very bitchy environments that I couldn't stand for, because they're just, it's just, when you get a hold of the women or girls in one space, there's always going to be like that kind of bitchy, gossipy energy. I mean, you're just a head fuck, like people being nice to your face, but you know they're talking about you. I've worked in so many places like that, and I do not miss it at all. A lot of bullying went on in these places. Do you know what I mean? And but basically, what am I trying to say? But like, I'm so over like 12-hour days, 14-hour days, all that kind of shit, and I'm so grateful that I get to do what I'm doing and love what I'm doing. But again, like, as you know, Charlotte, it's like maybe some other people are, you know, raking it in like millions and thousands and all that. But again, that doesn't interest me anyway. Like, it's you know what I mean? I love that. I love my work, basically. And I know that you love your work, but it certainly makes it easier when we've got the money to feel secure and safe as well. You know what I mean? Yes, exactly. Which wouldn't? That energy, exactly. Right. So, divine masculine adjustment, looking back, moving forward. Right, there's something going on. This is exciting. There's something going on, because I've done 2 readings today, and it's people in very similar energies to yourself, and you're all getting the same cards in the same place, because I use the same cards to see. And I pulled this for someone as well earlier, because I was going on about the 24th of February being very significant. So I feel the same for you. I don't know what the hell it's, I don't know if it's something to do with the, yes, it might be something to do with the Venus and Mars. Now, Venus and Mars, I'm usually going to be channeling about it being like twin flame reunions, you know, true love, stuff like that. But it can be that, but it can also be like, you know, Venus is values, money, Mars is taking action. So it's just, again, it's about it's that, like, your energies balancing together to really make shit happen. So again, I feel because that alignment will be going on by then, because I think it starts the 12th. Just make a note of that, because there's something about the 24th for some reason. And it's like the full moon in Leo's the 16th. So that isn't like, oh, wait a minute, when's the next new moon after that is the new moon in Pisces. And you're a Pisces. So maybe there's something about that. But yeah, adjustment, looking back, moving forward. Like, there won't be any looking back. Like, do you mean it's just kind of like your harvest will be here? Look, gathering of blessings, 44. Yeah, I really do feel that it's in right now, it's in the energetic realms, and it's like it's waiting to be released. So that's exciting. Maybe it's coming in on the exciting Leo moon. Right, so what we're going to do now, yeah, let's go to the love cards. We want to see what's going on there. Right, no, self-care and then the love. We'll do a bit of a build-up. Right, so, oh, wait a minute, they want me to do them first. Okay, right. What else do we need to know in the future? My daughter wants to be rich. I want security, but love my work, just serving. Yes, exactly. And that's more important. I mean, I don't know, I can only speak for myself, but it's more important for me to I want security, and I want to, you know, and I love my work, but it's if I end up being rich, it really is a case of just having so much fun doing what I'm loving. And see, when I'm in that flow, right? That's when I've noticed, I've shared this before, that whenever I've managed to get in the flow of that before, it's like you're so much in the flow of abundance that I'm just trying to think, the last time that happened, when I was doing like a challenge, I was so excited about the momentum and the, well, actually, you've been on one of them or two of them. It was like I was so excited about how much it had helped everyone, and how, like, all the shifts, and then all the people that were sharing about how I've helped them personally and the groups and stuff, that when it did come to people buying the packages, like, it's so weird when the PayPals were coming in, I was kind of, oh, what's that? Like, and that's how it should be. Like, when you're actually so excited about something, it's kind of just like an added bonus, you know what I mean? But that's why they always say people that are millionaires and billionaires, it's because they already had money and they're not worried about it, and then they're attracting even more. But anyway, New Earth, I just think money's not going to be used in the same way, but we're not there yet. So, did you like that song when you were younger? I think that song's actually dirty, so unless it's just my mind, but yeah, I don't. You spin my head right round like that. But it's the Flow Rider. I don't know. Did you like that when we were younger? I don't know. When we were younger. I mean, let's face it, we're not young now, Charlotte. Well, we are, you know, to some people we are, but right, anyway. It just unpaused and it wasn't muted. Right, so maybe it's a twin flame journey. You spin my head right out. I fucking don't know what's going on. Right. That would make sense. Right. Divine feminine. Dedicated effort. Well, fuck yeah. Look what we're talking about. Charlotte's freaking dedicated to helping the collective, as am I. Rain down on us. So dedicated effort, and it is in the physical, and it is an 8. An 8 is abundance, it is money, it is personal power. You know what I mean? You are seen for doing what you're doing. You are seen, and your divine masculine energy. This is interesting because it always confuses me. It's, oh my god, by the way, fucking hell. I'm always like, see when I'm channeling yours, because I know what the situation is, I'm like, but hey, we're open to miracles around here. It's a guy breaking away from the chains. I mean, just saying, like, this is your divine masculine energy, but it's a guy breaking away from the chains. The old chain and ball, Adam. It's the star card, healing, hope and healing. And it just, you know, it just interests me that it's this on this card. But yeah, wherever you felt trapped in the physical there, wherever you feel like you've been getting held back, there's so much hope and healing coming there. But again, I feel like because you already love what you do, like, this is just an exciting energy that I feel about, like, yeah, just all this miraculous sort of rainbow healing, like just loving your work even more, because, like I say, whenever you haven't typically felt secure, that is coming. And I'm sending it right now. Right, so what do we need self-care wise? And then we'll do the love one. Self-respect. Respect yourself. You're the best judge of what's right. And I really do feel that is because I know that you're a Libra moon, and Libra moons like to weigh things up, procrastinate, also very kind, and then Pisces is extra kind, like I always say to you. But this is about, because it's in the divine feminine energy as well, it's about you trusting and knowing that if something doesn't feel right to you, then it isn't right. You know what I mean? Like, you know better than anyone. So I don't know what that's about, but or if something does feel right, then it's right. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need, it's not that you can't get other people's opinion on it, but you don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, you know in your heart. So a little bit like when we said before about readings, like, you already know, but it's nice when somebody can, oh, hopefully what Spirit are doing right now for me, like when they just mirror back what you're like, yeah, that's what I was feeling. Or it gives a bit of hope if you didn't know it was coming. Retreat, divine masculine, you're totally meant to be doing that, right? So this is like because think about it, these are the self-care cards. You're meant to be respecting that you need to just be resting right now, even if it's just because it's the weekend, but just kind of chilling, because that Pisces energy is rough, Pisces moon, and because you're a Pisces, it probably hits you harder than other people. Like me and you'll get hit with that, especially because of my 12th house as well. Take a mini retreat, listen to the voice of your soul, retreat, and that's in your action space. So, you know, like right now, you're meant to be taking a rest. It doesn't mean that tomorrow you might not feel a rush of energy and crack on with stuff, but right now, that's where Spirit are wanting you to be, to recharge. And that's why I always share honestly, like where I've been, because if it weren't for me just kind of doing a whole lot of nothing yesterday, yeah, that's true. Doing a whole lot of nothing yesterday, other than I did go a big walk, but, you know, then coming back and just chilling, I wouldn't have the energy to do what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Yes, I've asked others before I wish I hadn't. Yes, exactly. And the thing is, I think we've all done that, you know, ask opinions. And it's like I always say, especially when it comes to the, right, I think when it comes to the, will definitely be resting. When it comes to the, twin flame journey as well, like that's the worst thing to do, is to ask other people what they think, because they're just not going to get it. They totally will not get it. And even confused, sometimes other twin flames don't get it, really just because different people are in different bits of the journey as well. And that really is, you got to trust yourself. And the thing, it depends how easily influenced you are by other people in your life. You know, some people can actually see that what you're heading for is amazing and like put you off, you know, and then sadly some people will be really heavily influenced by that. But that's not you, and that's certainly not fucking me. Right, so dream journal, are you sleeping? But look at that, how crazy is that? Are you sleeping? So again, it's something about, you know, how's your sleep been lately? Really be taking note of the things that Spirit are saying to you in your sleep. Oh, my eyes itchy. Risk. Take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth. So yeah, so this is talking about really, this is in your feminine energy. So psychic downloads really coming in there. I know they come in all the time, but it's like, you know, more intense than usual. Really, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you get an idea, like make sure you write down your phone or you write it down a notepad or something, because I feel there are going to be, there's something you're going to be pivoting with. I always get this for you, but it's like, just really take a note of the themes that you notice coming up with people. Take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth, because it is, that's why I'm sharing about it. It's like with me, like I really don't like that whole, well, I'm used to it now, but here, like, look, this is what they're backing me up with. Good girl, it's crossed out, boy, depending on what you are, whatever. The ability to suck it up is not a superpower. Say no is. Own your superpower. But that's because I was starting to say, one of the key things I help people with is learning how to do that, learning how to say no and not people please. Whereas I would just push that away for years, because I'm like, that wasn't what I would pick to do, because it's not easy, it's hard. And it's, you know, but I'm good at it. Like it comes easy to me. It comes natural because of where my Saturn is. So it's something like that. It's not the obvious. Doesn't mean you can't do the other stuff, but just, you know, pay attention to that, because it's not like I didn't notice it. I just didn't want it to be that. So I kept pushing it away. Just like twin flames as well. Like, it does do my nutting talking about that quite a lot, but it's my purpose. You know what I mean? Once you accept it, and actually I enjoy it because we're about to do it now. Right. And anyway, I need to hurry this up because it's nearly 8. So what do we need to know? Tested. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. So this is in the feminine energy. So we've already spoke about, yeah, different sorts of tests that are coming up to try you. It's what Mercury retrograde does. It's a trickster. Let go of control issues in the masculine side there. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. That's part of the trust thing. Definitely to do with when I'm saying there's money being waiting to be unleashed. And actually, I'm feeling it's when you connect the dots about whatever this is that I'm saying, that there's a theme coming through. And I feel like I've been saying this to you for ages. That's where the money is. Right. Yeah, because it's like, I also feel it's like kind of, I feel like, again, it's like, I don't want to go too personal, but I wonder if, you know, was there a bit of if there wasn't recently, yeah, I'm wondering if there was a bit of sadness in you related to the twin flame journey recently. Because if it wasn't going on for you, it was definitely going on for your person. Because it's like, I'm just getting a sense of that. And then we've got enlightenment. With enlightenment, there's no separation. We recognize that we're one with the divine. So it was definitely like, whether that's you or the other person or both at the same time, it was like really feeling the not being physically together. Yeah, look, the twin flame journey, basically. Receptive, be ready to receive what fate is planned for you. Yeah, I'm really getting this feeling that it's like first the money, then the lot. It's like, you know, it's like but it's quite a lot of it, and then it's like the love, like quite soon after, because it's like you're just so in the vibe, in the energy of doing what you love, and you're just attracting more abundance. Because when you attract true love, that is just more abundant energy coming to you. A love bond grows stronger over time, and that's what I'm saying. Like with these connections, it does. You know, so if it wasn't a twin flame, you just forget about them. But if it is a twin flame, you will not forget about them. You might be able to momentarily, but not in the times we're living in now. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Again, and it's when you stay in that playful energy. Are we done yet, Spirit? This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Well, of course you have. Your spiritual journey is beginning. Someone's spiritual awakening is beginning. Well, it's not yours. Yours is continuing a different level, like next level, and someone's is like, oh, what the fuck's this? And that's why the guy was breaking away from the chains. The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. Right, we're going to stop there because that's exciting. Divine counterpart attraction transcends superficiality and free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. When you take back control of wherever you feel stuck, that allows the other person to do the same. I was thinking the other day, what has come up recently with others? I've found it hard lately being apart. Yeah. It's very much in the collect. That's what I'm saying, Charlotte. Like, I own it when I'm crying for myself. But I've been on this journey like so long that, yeah, I don't do that. I don't sit about crying about, like, do you know what I mean? And it's, I totally, yeah, if I wanted to and I needed to, I would. But it was very much just an intense feeling that was feeling, oh, so much rumbling in the collective that I was feeling. It was overwhelming. Right, what have we got? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. What I feel that's about is, it's like, you know, I kind of want to change the wording about a bit, because I know obviously this was when you were younger, but It's just that kind of vibe of it just was, yeah, I always say this, but it was like right person, wrong timing. I actually channeled this. That'd be interesting if it's your sun, moon, and rising, but all the messages for that were crazy. Like there was pretty much all of them were like about reunions. And it's like, right, we're not living in rainbow, like lollipops, unicorn land, but you would think so with these messages. So, I mean, I'm going to put them in a playlist. I'm just going to say whoever feels resonant with the messages that I channel on the twin flame journey, you'd be better watching them all. And I did keep most of them to 20 minutes. Aries was longer because I always have to feel into what I'm going to be doing, the sort of different spreads that I'm not being biased, I am Aries, but it's kind of like, do you mean it's because it's the first one? It's like I'm feeling my way into it. But yeah, most of them are about 20 minutes. But anyway, the point is what I'm saying is it's like, that is the time we're living in. Whether you see that as new earth energy, twin flames need to be together to raise the vibration of the planet even more, or that it's just the divine timing, divine alignment of the Venus and Mars. It's lots and lots of different things. But yeah, that's what I was feeling yesterday. Just this real, and again, it's because Pisces moon. And Pisces is soulmates, again, aka twin flames. It is unconditional love. It is spiritual healing. It's secrets as well. And again, for a lot of people, twin flame journey is a secret. For a lot of other people, it isn't, but there's some element of a secret to it. It's your own private little world with your twin flame. And sometimes it's a fucking secret from them. It's all very 12th house energy. And that's why I was like, whoa, my Pluto was like, I can feel everybody's feelings. Like, fuck off. But yeah, it's just about that kind of, I'm just like, yeah, it's just like this energy of like, and what is this? Like, again, I remember every detail of that day. So this is either you thinking this and you'll resonate with it. And I feel it's probably you, because how are we going to know if it resonates with him? But anyway, it's like, well, we can, because we just feel into it, but it's like there's specific memories that you've got where it's, he has made an impression on you. And because you've went out and lived your life and, had a family and, been happy at one point and all this kind of stuff, but it's just this person has not left your mind and your heart. I want to tell you how I feel. I'm so attracted to you. I feel like I'm in Inside Out again. Oh my God. Right, drop the mic. See, I told you, I'm not making this up, guys. The timing just wasn't right for us. There is one that's more specific about the age, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's like that. If that feeling is within you, that feeling is within him. It's just about, has that realization hit yet? But again, like if it hasn't, they're not. It's like, hello, ding, 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 alarm clock going off. It is that time. Sort your shit out. Like, why don't we just lure, like, Charlotte's twin flame? Could you magically find this channel and watch the journey? But nah, you watch the journey. If his higher self wants to be freed from the chains, we did just show a card like that, then he shall be. And again, guys, notice what's happening around the full moon in Leo, because that will be 3 weeks to when I channel that journey. And I'm already getting wind that not in general, but I'm already getting wind that wind, does that make sense? Like the news that is really working already for lots of different people. I wish things could be different. Yeah, you wish things could be different, but that means that's in him. Definitely left an impression on me. Yeah, we both know I'm not the one for you. That's always a card for me that's like somebody doesn't feel good enough for the other. I will wait for a sign from you, but I feel that's more about the fact that you see signs all this time from him. He will see signs that remind you of you. I want to feel that way again. We will be together again. I'm becoming a better person. I wonder if you're happy without me. You were the best thing in my life. I'm starting to understand our connection. Yeah, this is someone awakening. But again, pay attention, focus on you, focus on the money that's coming in, the happiness. And then before you know it, hello. So, right, love it. Right, I hope that message meant something to you, Charlotte. I'm going to go and speak to one of my beautiful soul sisters. And then I'm going to speak to some more beautiful soul sisters. And then I'm going to just have my Friday night to myself. I'm going to stop singing. It took me a while to realize it wasn't an illusion. Yeah, but this is why I say, like, this is why I always, again, people that have had a personal session with me, like you, Charlotte, know exactly, and all the other women that chat on here all the time, like, people know exactly what I mean. You're very welcome. Thank you for coming on. When I say the other energy, right? Because most women that come to me, when they initially are in front of me, they are appearing to me as showing up as divine masculine energy, but it's not as simple as, oh, you're divine masculine energy. It's just a lot of the feelings that I pick up in divine masculine, like particularly around speaking your voice, being difficult to speak your voice, which is what we were just saying. That's why you can really you do help a lot of people, and you'll help them even more because of your journey will inspire them, like with me. Because like I say, I always say this, I am naturally very shy, but if I can sit here and do this and share what my expertise are, then if that doesn't prove to people that you can get past hurdles, I don't know what does. But like I say, people that don't believe that or realize that about where I've come from wouldn't get that, but the people that have watched it do. And it's just like but it's changed, because like in the time I've known you as well, Charlotte, like you're so much more into the divine feminine energies. It's the blended. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's just important for people to get that difference, that you'll really only get what I mean if you've had a personal session with me, or you're going to have one in the future, because it is the unique way that spirit, that it's a magic, isn't it? I mean, that nails it. That is the unique magic of the way that my guides explain it to people when they're led to me to help them. So yeah. There's always more lurking underneath, and that with me there's always that, because I'm the Hermit and I'm the Moon card. So secrets, and I help people with their secrets, because my North Node, my destiny, is in the house of secrets in Gemini. So I'm here to listen to people's secrets and help them find their voice, because it's communication. Anyway, on that note, I am going to now thank you, Charlotte's guides and Twin Flames Higher Self and all of that. Let's pull a divine feminine card for the collective. What would be the best? We're getting Mary Magdalene, or who are we getting? A divine, oh my god, it's already fucking 10 past. How did that happen? 1 minute I was talking and it was like 8, and then the next minute it was 10 past. Gosh, this is my life. I keep saying fuck my life. I never normally say that. I don't think it's a good affirmation to use. Stop. Who's making me say that? Who says that on here? I don't fucking know what it means. I do know what it means. It's like, fuck my life. What's happening? But it's like, I'd rather say what the F. What the fuck? Definitely have one-to-one with Claire if you're guided. They are always fantastic. Whole space. Thank you, Charlotte. Right. What have we got? I done it again. Somebody's found her voice. Jeez. The warrior saying, I'm a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources. That's not the one I'm doing that. Fuck, I fucking knew that. Damn it. God damn it. I wish I'd said it. Not Mary Magdalene. When I picked up, oh, is it? I've said that for my right. I'm going to blame you for that then, Charlotte. Take your saying back, because I don't ever say that, but I did say it the other night too. Yeah, basically, when I picked up this deck, I thought, I bet you I'm going to pull out Bridget or whatever, because of the in bulk thing. The other thing that I can't, is it in bulk? Am I saying that right? In bulk? Is that how you say it? A weird word. Anyway, look, this is basically the week of that. I know it was the other day, but look, Bridget, wow, like that's who's working with us. That's exciting. Other people will be like, I don't get it, but we get it, Charlotte. It's me and you that are here live, and we get it. That's what matters. Other people get on replay too, but the goddess of the eternal flame. Hello, twin flames. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter and brighter. Love it. Right, let's read it. How amazing, because I've not used these cards in here in years. Well, definitely not on hearing years, because I've only been doing this consistently since Christmas, but I've not used them on the Facebook Live in ages. Right. I just went past Callie as well. Callie picking up a bit of shit. Always for the greater good. Right. Sometimes Callie's needed in people's lives. Oh, there's Mary Magdalene. I didn't see, I felt her. Calling them in. Mary Magdalene's the first one. Right. Oh, okay, we know. Person that I'm meant to be talking to, come on here. I'm just a little bit late. Story of my life. It's 162. I'm just a little bit late. That might be a message for someone too. 162. Oh fuck. Right. Right, the goddess of the eternal flame. Brigid represents the essence of the inner dawn and the healing that comes from knowing that the best is yet to come. Brigid is the goddess of pre-Christian Ireland. She's associated with the Indo-European dawn goddess and the coming of spring. It is. It's about all this exciting energy coming in the spring and definitely with the new earth energy. A Celtic festival called Imbolc that takes place halfway between the winter and spring solstices. By the way, you've no idea. I get so excited when Spirit do this, when they actually draw me to the decks that have the times, like the new moons or the, witchy stuff going on. I'm just like, this is so exciting, because like it's not like I don't have a clue, but sometimes I don't, like, seriously I don't, and it makes it more fun. But I knew that card was going to come out. Right, anyway, it is said that at the moment between dusk and daybreak, Brigid arose into the sky with flames like rays of sun blazing in her hair. There's a shrine near Kildare in Ireland that is sacred to the Druids because it is believed to have been a place where Brigid's priestesses tended to the eternal flame. Oh, I wonder if that's, I've got loads of Irish friends, loads of Irish healer medium friends. This is where they learned the ancient healing practices that are associated with Brigid. And, Bridget will like this. And this is where 418 CE Saint Brigid built a monastery in honour of the goddess and created a communal and consecrated centre for women's religious life and learning. Brigid is associated with poetry and with all things elevated, states of being, high rising flames, lofty dimensions, elevated wisdom. She's said to have created the whistle for calling out one person to another while walking through the night, which lifts the wanderer with its levity and reminds her she's not alone. There's that moment when you're making your way through the dark and suddenly, after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes through to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before. And you feel a great shift begin, as if now you're healed towards something new, something even brighter. Brigid is the essence, that is the first flame, that first ray of light. Brigid reminds us that the darkness never lasts. Wow. Brigid's eternal flame represents, this is so reflective of what I said yesterday that I felt a lot of people were in. The darkness never lasts, because Pisces moon can feel very rough, and before you know it, we're in Aries moon and it's a new beginning. Eternal flame, and Aries is fire. Eternal flame represents the truth that the light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover, when the flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion. And this is why I said earlier, that is why I've learned to love helping people lift the veil on painful situations where there's been narcissism, codependent, toxic, depending on what's going on there, like stuck feelings. Because although initially it can be a shock when you've allowed yourself to be in situations like that, once you realize that you can do something about it, if you don't actually realize that you've allowed that to go in your life, you can't do anything about it. And it's also not wise to stay in victim mode about it because you allowed it to happen. But if you didn't realize it was happening, you know what I mean? It's a whole lot of self-forgiveness, setting boundaries. That can be very difficult depending on who's in your life as well. But it's difficult. But this is why I like helping people out of that pain and confusion. But believe me when I tell you, the placements I've got, I've had to go through it myself first, and sometimes still do. thank Christ, not too much of it, or nothing I can't handle. But it's, you know, it's yeah, it's not an easy ride being a twin flame specifically. So that's why I'm here to always mainly speak to twin flames. So like I say, if it helps other people, great. But this is who the messages are for, especially the ones I'm about to release after this, the recorded ones. And they're not going to be for people that are new to the twin flame journey either, unless you had some kind of crazy ride where you realize you're a twin flame, a year later you're with your twin flame. I actually do know a couple of people but that would be very rare. But hey, how do I know? It might be like he's just not that into you. You're the exception to the rule. That must be a message for somebody as well. Because it's about the pen. Charlotte, where's our pen? Our pen. Remember, he comes back and he's like, is it her pen or his pen? You forgot your pen. Remember, like he comes back at the end and he's like, mind you, she was being a bit crazy with him. You know what I mean? That was a bit embarrassing. And I remember that film. I was like, oh, come on, Hen. Just, he's not feeling it. Like, just leave it, right? Just he'll realize later. Just stop doing that. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but it's that's what I'm in people's lives to do. But it's kind of like there's something about that because they drew me the pen, and I literally just got another new pen today. So fucking, you can hear that? The dogs are, who let the dogs out? There's the dogs are going crazy. I don't know if you can hear them. Right, so right, Brigid is the sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we've never been on this journey alone. Brigid is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head. The healing has happened, and now each day is bound to be brighter. I fucking love that we are in the week of in bulk and that we pulled it. I mean, hallelujah. What allows me to feel light more often every day? What brings joy to your day? I felt a whole load of heat to the top of my head. The crown chakra and the soul star, that was a lot of heat. That was some kind of activation flying in. I am eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Is that not fucking weird that you said they were loud, eh? I think someone was, I could hear somebody winding the dog up. Here, cut that out. But that's, you said something about shining bright there as well at the start. So there we go. Spirit speaking through you there as well. That's the cut. I'm gonna do that because it'll give us the thumbnail. I think I've been holding it here long enough, haven't I? Right, I'm going to end it on that because I think it would ruin it to pull any more. So, oh shit, especially coming 20 minutes late for my client. Right, anyway, love you and leave you. Charlotte, have an amazing weekend. Everybody else, have an amazing weekend. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun energy, a lot of moving forward, a lot of fast communication for some people coming in as well. So